Love, they say it's everywhere. But lasting relationship is becoming very rare. From cultural pressures to emotional disconnections, modern relationships are facing so much trouble that many people are too afraid to talk about. And that's why today I have an experienced person with me, a counselor. Today we're going to talk about everything that people are too afraid to talk about. So stay tuned to this show while I introduce and bring in my guest. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Let's get to know you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Akanbi, and I'm a registered psychotherapist and also a registered marriage and family therapist.
So you see, we got the right person for the questions. Everything is going to be talked about today. So just stay tuned. You're welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for the podcast. And my foremost concern, because as an immigrant myself, is how do you think marriage changed immigrants?
Marriage as an institution does not change people.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
The overarching question that people need to ask from the beginning is, why did I get married? Why have we married? Right. Marriage serves purpose. Marriage serves functions. And there are so many purposes. So, for example, if I knew my spouse was traveling or has the potential to travel, is that the reason why I'm in a relationship? So I guess the first question we really need to really understand is, one, what is marriage? And two, why do people get married?
Why do people get married?
Because if we can't tackle those questions, it becomes difficult for us. And again, you have to understand that where the purpose is not clear, there's going to be an abuse. Right? So
where the purpose is not clear,
where purpose is not defined in any relationship,
there will be abuse.
There will be abuse.
Any kind of abuse.
Any kind of abuse.
So now this brings into my question, like, do you think people are still into commitment, or they're just into like companionship without restrictions or something? Because there are two different things: commitment and companionship without, responsibilities. Let me put it that way.
Well, I like the term responsibilities, because marriage basically is three things. Marriage is about commitment, duties, and responsibilities.
Commitment,
duties, and responsibilities. There's no happy marriage. But I
hope you guys are listening.
Have two happy people in a marriage. So if I'm unhappy, if I'm a bitter person, it doesn't matter who you are coming into that relationship. I'm going to suck out that energy from you. Right? So, and if you're not careful, my happiness becomes your task. You begin to look forward to make me happy. And it is not my partner's responsibility
for me as a person to be happy.
It's my point. So, but yes, it's the duties. Again, it goes back to what is marriage and why are you married? So when you look at people coming in from any part of the world, so marriage is a difficult venture. Marriage is a difficult arrangement. You have two people from, we can both grow up on the same streets.
We
can actually grow up in the same neighborhood, in the same compound or household, right? And be married, and we can't even stand each other for 6 months.
Dang.
The question is, what has it brought us together? And until we answer that question, so for example, a lot of people marry out of necessity.
So that's deep.
So for example, and there's I want to say more girls do this, more ladies do this. They are coming from this dysfunctional background. Their dads are so harsh, their moms are so strict, especially among Christian and Muslim girls. So they can't go anywhere, they can't breathe.
Restricted.
As soon as they can,
they get the freedom.
The first person to say, "Oh, you look beautiful," that's my husband, because they want to leave home. So, I mean, it's a matter of time. That person is going to come into that hole.
Sure.
I realized that what I was running from
It's still
running to.
Yeah.
Because now the guy is having a lot of expectations. They can't meet those expectations. They ran out. It doesn't matter how long that kind of a relationship is. She's never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be satisfied. So she's run into the marriage as a way of escaping family pressure.
So what do you think is the best strategy for a person who want to get married, for a person who's in that kind of situation? What do you think works best for such a person? The best way to handle that kind of situation?
Honestly, there's no best case scenario. There's no best case scenario.
There's no magic to it.
There's no magic to marriage. Because again, one of the least looked about let me say element of good marriages, right, is maturity. And in today's generation, right, where social media is painted this stupid, soft life.
You're so right about
you
that.
know, where everybody's looking at these, you know,
Colorful things.
So you take click,
Yeah.
everything is quickly,
Yeah,
and
everything.
you're bringing that into the home. For goodness sake.
Clock it.
It's my point. That's already a problem. So again, if you, and the age is not even a factor per se, right? Age has its own place in it, because some people are young but they're very mature.
Fine.
Some people are young and they have perseverance. They can persevere. They can endure.
Yeah.
Right, and they realize that, you know what, there's no quick fix to this. It's a process.
It's a process.
You also realize that marriage is not a destination; it's a journey.
Say that again, sir.
Marriage is not a destination.
It is a
It
journey.
is a journey, and the best kind of journeys are made not by the destination but by the people you travel with.
Deep.
So if
Deep.
me and my partner, we have two ideas of the journey. Think of driving from here to Montreal, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in my car, for example, and you're sitting in front, you can't use your phone. Everybody knows that. You sit in front of my car, no phone. Now, or you're sleeping. Of course, the journey is already boring.
Yeah, it's already boring. Yeah.
But if we're talking and we're gisting and we're
laughing, cracking jokes.
you know, the journey is so fast, and that's why we find that when people travel in groups, it's more fun than when you do solo trips. Even when you're eating, it's more fun when you share your food
with someone
than
that
when you're
eating
eating
alone.
on your own. It's right point. So it is the people who are you joining this. Why you with on this marital journey? That makes a lot of difference. So again, there's no magic to it.
You mentioned new generation. I want to ask, what is the silent killer to modern day
Communication.
modern day relationship?
Communication. Yeah. Everybody today talks. I was looking at one of my friends posted something on our friends group, and she said when the telephone was tied to the wall, we were more free. When we used to use landline,
Yeah.
we were more free.
Yeah.
Now that we have mobile phones, we're chained to our phones. And so a lot of couples think, well, you should know what I'm thinking. You should know what I want. No, I'm not a mind reader. And I keep telling my clients, if you can find me, I can buy a crystal ball, I'm ready to buy. Right? So communication. The underlying principle in marital therapy is this: you cannot not but talk. And you cannot talk to me if I don't understand you. So I will break that for you. There are 4 ways we communicate, and that's one of the biggest things people don't understand.
4 ways to
communicate in
communicate.
4 ways. One, we communicate emotionally. People talk about, my feeling, I feel, and I keep telling somebody, okay, did you have breakfast or did you feel you had breakfast? But to them, everything's about feeling. Now, as a person, I teach people how to feel, but I'm not that kind of a person. So you have to tell me for me to really understand. So, and there's nothing I can do about your feeling. So I feel sad. Happiness is a feeling.
Yeah.
So if I come in looking for happiness, one morning I'm happy, in the evening when I'm broke, I'm sad. When the rent is due, I'm upset. You see my point? Now you're talking about feeling. I don't have that time. I don't have that luxury. Right? But once you understand that this person uses affective or emotional languages, right? All you can do is validate them. Oh, I hear. Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing your feeling. All they need is validation. The other people speak cognitively, right? You know what? I think we should go to the studio. I think we should eat. I think we need to go to the club tonight. they've not told you that's what they want to do. They're sharing their mental processes. If your partner is running with what you are thinking, you cannot appreciate that partner. Isn't that point? So when somebody tells me, oh, I'm thinking, if you're talking to me and say, I think I'm thinking we should, I don't answer, you're just listening because you're only sharing your thought process. But when you're done, I'm going to say, okay, is that what you want? Or can I think about it? So you share your process, can I share my process? Then you have the behavioral people. They just do things, they just surprise you. Those are the people that are very good at planning things, they just surprise and all of those things. They are pragmatic, they are behavioral, they don't think about it, they just do things. You get my point? But then there are those who are visual. You've heard people say, oh, you feel me, you see what I'm talking about.
See what I'm
Can you see what I'm talking about? Everything you say to them is a picture. People actually say pictures. Now, if you're talking to somebody who doesn't understand that, they're going to be like, what's wrong with this person? Like, I have clients come to my office and they're like, can you see what I'm talking about? Do you feel that? I'm like, no, I can't see. Tell me what you
Tell me. Yeah.
Can you feel that? Yeah, I can appreciate your feeling, but this is my question. This is my thought pattern. Yeah, but how do I know that's what you are thinking? So again, but then you can also have an hybrid of one or two, or you can even have all of them together. That's why I said earlier that age does not come into it.
Yeah.
Again, how were you schooled? What were your experiences? Because we are all the sum total of our life experiences coming into the marital relationship. So again, communication. That's the biggest thing. There is the biggest issue in it.
So do you think communication also affects this question directly?
Do
you think even amongst educated people and even financially stable people, why are marriages failing?
They're the worst reason. They're the worst people. They don't communicate. Rich people think they can throw their money around. After all, I give you everything.
After all, I bought you.
After all, I
paid rent.
After all, I paid
why they use everything.
But you're not telling me where you live from. So communication is just not the words. It's when you look at it. There's so many things to say without talking.
True.
But again, if we do not really build that relationship to that point, we'll be lost in communication. So a lot of times, and I'm always saying to people, how did you who made this appointment? They tell me, okay, how did you arrive at that? They tell me, and you said you're not communicating. You're communicating.
True.
But what you want to hear, you're not telling me.
Yeah.
Or you are assuming. You should see that I'm sad. No, tell me you're sad.
I'm not a magician.
Communication is key.
Wow. So can love alone sustain a marriage?
Love is the worst reason people get married. It's the most stupid, redundant reason people get married.
Hey!
Listen, bro. Love does not pay your bill. Love does not pay property tax. Love does not put gas in the car. Love does not do grocery. What the heck are we talking about? Let's stay with that for a minute.
Okay.
There are 4 foundations. I always say to my clients, right? There are 4 basic principles or pillars which you need to examine before you commit to a marriage. Right? None of them is emotional. The first is respect.
True. Valid.
Does this person respect me? And you have to know what that means to you.
Yeah.
If you don't know what it means to be respected, and you don't know how to respect people, and you get married, you already created a problem for yourself. The second is commitment. If somebody is dating you for more than 2 years and you're not talking about marriage, one of these are commitment.
Yeah, for you.
Right? For you. And it's not just that, because with commitment comes responsibility. It's what happens with then the third is care. How much care am I getting from you? And care, again, they felt that I'm sitting there. Can you reach out to me? Are you okay? Are you friendly? Are you laughing? And the last one is generosity. And generosity has nothing to do with money. It has to do with willingness to stand by me, willingness to support me. If tomorrow I get a call to go to Yellowknife, are you going to go with me? If I fall sick, are you willing? There's many people that divorce because somebody's. I actually know people who did that because the wife got cancer and they just know this is not my sign. And what the? That's brutal. Some people break marriage because she had a miscarriage.
Oh wow!
Oh my God! You don't want to. So you'll be surprised that people break up because of the death of a dog or a cat. Yeah. So commitment is key. And back to your earlier question, can you have commitment? Companionship without commitment?
Yeah.
It's stupid. You're just making yourself cheap. Why do I need to be in a relationship with you for companionship? The average guy can pay for companionship.
Sure.
The average guy can pay for companionship.
Sure. Wow. So now, before the marriage process itself, do you think it's advisable for people or couples to discuss finances before engagement?
I would say yes. Know what you're walking into. Right? Even if you're both starting and you have nothing at all, it's important that you have a financial goal, a relationship goal.
Financial goal.
Yeah. Two things, as far as I'm concerned, two things sustain a good marriage. Children, because they're very good distraction, and finances, because they oil the relationship. Right? So if you know this guy cannot provide for you, and you're not willing to support him, don't marry. If you know that girl is a spendthrift, before you go marry, marry her, it won't change. Right? But make sure she has enough money or she has enough degree or whatever to be able to handle. That's why your forefathers will marry traders. Why? There's a reason why.
So that they'll bring you food, they'll bring everything. She's safe.
Independent.
Yeah, true.
She's like independent. A very good wife, right, within the African context, has a savings account this one does not know. And when the man eats at time, what do? Oh, I'm borrowing money from my brother. I'm borrowing money from my sister.
Oh my God, that's true.
And you see, those are things we're not really looking at right now.
Wow. So why do you think many couples stop dating each other even after marriage? Because they always feel like dating is just during the time, courtship before we get married. Personally, I feel like dating should continue even after marriage. But why do you think most people will stop dating after marriage?
It's just convenient. You see, men are hunters. And once the hunt is over,
you go home and just celebrate and relax.
Listen, men fall in love with the idea of a marriage. Once the guy is fulfilled, most of them are done. Right? So if you really want a dating relationship, right, the excitement, you know from the beginning, is he into certain things? If he's not, again, like I said, there's no big fix. But having said that, it's also you have to actually also define what dating is in relationships.
Sure.
Because in itself, dating is an opportunity for me to see you the first time. So I've been on so many dates. I take you out on a date. I watch the way you eat. I watch the way you talk. I don't like you're not getting this.
The way you address people around.
Exactly. I take you out on a date. I see the way you treat customer service. So dating is within the premarital context. It's helping me to see you. And that's not dating in a restaurant. Dating in a restaurant is just performance.
True.
You never know anybody because you are both quiet. You are both watching your phone, not to make noise and all of those nonsense, right? Now, in a marriage, once you think of it as this way, let's plan getaways. Don't use the word date at that point. We need time to assess ourselves, right? Without the kids, let's do something fun. And again, that's part of what you have to discuss from the beginning. Are we going on vacation? When I was younger, we were younger, we would go on vacation every year. I lived in Lagos, we would go vacation in Ibadan every summer. You get my point? It was fun. You're going to the village, you're going to see your cousins and all of those things. Now, as adults, when moving beyond that. So, see dating as an opportunity, and you both have to discuss it. If that's what you want, a lot of men just want to work and provide. But if that's what you want, and you can talk about it, but also tell the person what that means
to you,
right? A good partner wants to meet you based on your purpose, not on your wishes.
A good partner
wants to meet you
based on your
purpose,
not on your wishes.
So if I know this is what you need, so say my wife, for example, she has a very busy job and all of that, and I'm watching the stress build up. Then I say, hey, lady, we need to go away. And they say, we're going away, no computer, no cell phone.
Yeah.
We're going on the cruise.
Yeah.
Just the two of them. You get my point? Again, as the children grow older and we leave them behind, and even when they are younger, get people to babysit for you. You know, take it.
There's always way you can always navigate a way out.
Take 2 hours, go watch a movie together. Take 2
yeah.
hours, walk down the wherever. You know,
just hang out. Take a walk in the street.
So dating is good, but again, it depends on how people.
Now, this now leads to: do you think emotional neglect is worse than cheating? Because what you just categorized now, I feel like some women would see it as emotional neglect. It doesn't really talk about
women neglect their men more than men neglect their women.
Women neglect their men more than
most
men
women today
neglect their women.
If you're looking at it in that way, emotional neglect. This is going to get me into trouble. Okay. So number one, I avoid the word cheating.
Okay.
And I avoid the word infidelity. Okay. It makes it sound bad and worse than it is.
Okay.
Now, I'm a Yoruba man.
Okay.
I'm proudly Ibadan.
Oh, same
right.
Same here.
You see my point? And so when I deal with couples around this topic, I'm looking at it and I say, you know what? This is the hat I'm wearing. I'm wearing the hat of a polygamist. Now, follow me. A polygamist does not cheat. Because he knows and is told you what he's going to do from the
beginning. Right from the inception, he has established it.
Even if he never told you, I'm going to be a polygamist, you know that not the only man.
Yeah, good.
You get my point? So you accept that life, and you cannot now come back later
and question it.
But then you also realize that polygamists are always going for independent women. So when you're talking of cheating, you're talking of cheating because in cheating, somebody is dependent on somebody. And polygamy has rule. In Canada today, you don't use the word polygamy. You use the word non-consensual, consensual non-monogamous relationship.
Non-monogamous relationship.
Yeah, consensual non-monogamous relationship. It's about the same principle. So to that question, emotional neglect. Now the problem with emotional neglect is this. Men don't differentiate until they are 50. Men don't differentiate between emotion and sex. Women do. Men start from 0 and get to 120 in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You see my point?
Yeah.
We want it.
For real.
Remember, we're hunters.
Sure.
We're going to get it.
Valid.
But women are not like that. Well, majority of women are not like that. The light has to be this particular color.
Yeah.
You have to
smell this way.
You can't touch me this way. You can grab me this way. It's my point. But a lot of men don't understand that because all they just say is, you know what, you're my wife.
Yeah.
I want it.
That's it.
And that's the problem. Now, more than that, for example, in a typical session, somebody says, I want emotional needs. I'm like, what does emotional needs to be? Well, I want to be hugged. Okay. And the person says, I walked in, I was walking towards you and you turned your back towards me. How am I going to hug you? Is my point? So, in a way, you want something, but you're also working against the same thing you want. Right? Now, the neglect comes in because our needs are not met. And the needs for women and men are two different needs. That you have to understand that. Men, a lot of men build their self-identity on their sexual ability or the amount of sex they have on a daily basis. So men do it every day. Women don't rate themselves that way. But women look at how much time and attention, how much compliments you give to, how much time we spend in close proximity to each other. Right, so neglect and cheating, to me, they're kind of almost like twins. They're like twins of the opposite.
Yeah.
Right, so again, a lot of men who you call cheaters are not into the relationship for sex. Yeah. And a huge number of men who you call cheaters are only doing it just for sex. That's the dichotomy.
This part is very intriguing.
Yeah, you can have a girlfriend that you're having this relationship because it's very intellectually stimulating. You're looking for intellectual intimacy. There are levels of intimacy.
Yeah.
There's physical intimacy, the hugging, the kisses, the back rubs, the holding me, and all of those. Just physically, love it. your good friends.
Yeah.
Then two, there is emotional intimacy. There is financial intimacy. The words you asked from the beginning,
Yeah.
we both know we were going to financial. Then there's sexual intimacy. And then there is intellectual intimacy. Can we have a decent conversation?
Yeah.
Can I come to you and you are my signboard? You don't need,
Yeah.
you see, I'm telling you what I'm thinking. I don't need your opinion. I just need you to listen.
Yeah.
You need to process it and come back to me later and say, okay, let's go back to that thing you were telling me yesterday. And that's what a lot of mistresses do for all these big men. Men pay these girls just to just
stimulate
and
them.
the men wants to be babies.
I want to pamper.
Every
Want to be a baby.
Every husband is the wife's first child.
Like, honestly, for real, beyond all this strength that we have,
Every man is a baby at that. You just know how to deal with it.
Well, now this means why do so many men shut down emotionally instead of communicating?
Because no, men don't just shut down. Men have always told you what they want. A man tells you what he wants from you before he enters the relationship with you. A man tells you what he wants from you before he enters the relationship. He will still marry you because subconsciously there's a need you're meeting for him. There's a purpose for which he's getting married to.
Yeah.
That's what people don't know. So he has told you what you want. I remember working with a couple several years ago. He had just told her, I'm done. And she was crying and she called me. And she said, and I said, listen, it's not leaving you. She said, well, I said, it's not leaving you because if it's leaving you, it's gone.
It's gone.
So they came in. And by the time we looked at it, I had one question. I was like, okay, what's one thing is always asked from you? Even before you got married. It was just one thing. The man cooked, he cleaned, took the children to everything. She comes home, she's treated like a queen, but the one thing he wants, the same thing is always asked for. And then when she called me from nowhere and said, hey, you are right. I'm like, what? Yes, he told me this. And I've seen the same thing. So men always tell you.
So there's a way we've always been communicating, right?
Everybody communicates. The question is, are you listening?
Are you listening? The question is, are you listening?
Are you listening with your emotions? Are you listening mentally? Are you listening by watching my behavior? See, another thing is this. You have to listen to it. If you're telling somebody something and they don't change, stop talking to them. Start acting. When I say act out, I don't mean get angry. No. Start showing them what you want. Start doing it. And if they're not still learning, then you will begin to ask yourself, is this really working?
So what hurts men most? Is it disrespect or rejection?
Disrespect.
Yeah, but I can attest to that too.
Disrespect is it a woman? Most men will leave relationships. The average man does not leave you because you're sleeping around. Forget about the social media bullshit. The average man, and I've worked with more than 100 men who have caught their wives and have videos and all of that of their wives, and they don't give a damn. As long as the man will be disrespectful. Yeah, rejection, if you don't want me, somebody else wants me. And most men turn to their work.
True.
Most men find satisfaction in their work if their wives are not there for them. But disrespect is one reason a man will not stay in a relationship.
Disrespect, pure. For women now, what do you think hurts women most? Is it neglect? Lack of appreciation.
Yeah. Lack of recognition, lack of appreciation.
How does a man appreciate a woman?
You have to ask her yourself.
True.
Usually it's the simple things. You know, she's tired, you can see that. You see, women think men should know what they want. So sometimes what they are saying is, let me put it this way, women are great at complaining, but a complaint is a badly worded request. They tell you what you are not doing instead of telling you what they want you to do. And sometimes some of them, they neglect it to the extent where they start comparing you with somebody. And not to them, comparing a man to another man is one of the acts of disrespect. But the reality is this, it's not the comparison, it's what is she saying about that other person. That's what she wants from you. And that's why I said we always communicate. The other problem that women have, which is very interesting, is this. A lot of women don't talk to you when things are okay. They only talk to you when they are mad. That's when everything you've done wrong. That's what, and
That's
the
what
thing they actually want. That's what they also say.
Say.
And the man is so focused on the abuse and the emotion that they're not listening. At that point, a man's attention span is less than 5 minutes, and women can talk for what?
Oh,
It's straight, non-stop. Yeah,
women can talk for 1 hour straight.
prove it.
They'll be saying different things. They won't repeat the same point.
No, because it comes. She has that.
She has the diary. Yeah,
1,
everything
2,
is there.
3, 4. And then the question: when you even apologize, what are you apologizing for? The one from before you.
Or the one you just did. The one you are doing just
Or
now.
what you just did just now. Or even as she's talking to you, are you smiling? Are you even looking at me?
Yeah. For real.
One of the sad things I find about women is that they want to talk and they say, look at me. I don't have time to look at you, just talk. But they say, hey, you have to look at my face like that.
Yeah.
So, because when you say, look at me, you are condescending to the man. You want to talk, is listening to you. When you say, look at me, you are not his mother. You're not his mother. So you cannot berate it.
Guys, this is interesting. Why do you think so many marriages become weaker when you live abroad? Because
economic pressure.
this community that we
Economic pressure. You see, people think Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is not great. Ghana is good. We know our place right. We know how to deal. We are supporting it.
You're so right.
You know, in winter, as far as I'm concerned, there are less than 2 months of summer.
Yeah.
And 10 months of cold.
Yeah.
And during those cold months, you don't see your neighbors. You don't go out. You just come in, you are blocked there. Yeah. And you work so much, you don't even have money left at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You get my point? So the economic, in Nigeria, a man can afford to say, oh, okay, woman sit at home and take care of the children.
Yeah.
Here, you can't really do that. You get my point? And even back home, you can always have somebody come in, your siblings, your cousins, you know, so people will come in and just be with you. Here, you don't have that. Yeah. So you find out that you're both basically working. You also have to understand something. Let's be realistic. Women are not cut out to do 9 to 5.
True. I'm on the same page with that.
So a woman is doing 9 to 5. She walks in through the door, kicks off her high heel. She's going to the kitchen. She's going to cook. She's going to clean. She's going to lay the bed.
Yeah.
She's going to
the kids.
The kids are running around. And then you want her to come back in the evening and still show you affection. You still want to have sex. Come on. You see, so she's wearing so many. And then that's one of the things, again, it comes down because at that point she's overwhelmed. She's overwhelmed. And even the money she's making, she's not spending it on herself.
Yeah.
Because grocery bill is huge.
She's huge.
And a lot of men think because I've paid the mortgage and I've paid the property taxes. But every other 3 months, the children's shoes are being changed.
Yeah.
The winter jacket they've outgrown.
Absolutely.
And all of those things. So they're taking a lot more responsibilities on themselves. And there's no breathing space. Here, people don't breathe. And that's why you find that when you see long weekend, for example, you see the traffic.
Yeah, oh my God. It's always busy.
There's a reason for it.
So what relationship struggles do Nigerian immigrants who are in Canada quietly face? I mean, couples.
When you say Nigerian immigrants, you are making it a Nigerian problem. No, it's not a Nigerian problem. All immigrant relationships. I've worked with one couple from every country of the world.
Wow.
Right. And the story, when it comes to relationship issues, all relationship issues are the same. It's the personalities that come into it. But again, it is, let's start with cultural differences.
For real.
You know, when I was coming into this country, my idea of Canada, I came in as a reality shock, right? And then you realize it, whether you recognize it or not, it takes about 10 years to really settle in this country.
Yes, absolutely.
About 10 years.
Absolutely.
So it takes you 10 years of living in Canada to achieve the status you achieved in Nigeria before you came here. Right? So that pressure is on the man. And then the purchasing power, when Nigerians say that you make $4,000, they calculate it in exchange.
Honestly.
But by the time you look at it, with all the taxes, and then you come here, you already introduced this idea of credit card.
Yeah, you already have debt on ground, pay rent, pay insurance, and everything.
Economic pressure is huge on the people coming in. what people thought they were coming into. In Nigeria, when she was having Amina to cook, Shalewa to go to the market, Adamu to open the gate,
Yeah.
start to drive.
You
So
like
this
this
one that
comfort.
was luxury.
That was
But now
very-
you come here, it's like my friends coming in and say, how come you don't have a second car?
second car here.
Well, you have 4 cars.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
how come you can have as much?
But you don't know, you can have 4 cars in this country.
Well,
Start with insurance.
Insurance is gonna definitely choke you up.
By the time you pay insurance for 6 months, nobody will tell
Honestly,
you.
you can't even have a driver here.
Well, you can. You can afford it.
You can afford it.
If you can talk to you.
Because you have
But
to
again,
you have to
it's
pay
just
driver.
think about having a driver like you're having a babysitter at home or a living nanny. Some people can afford it, but one person's salary is going to pay the nanny.
Sure.
Right? So it is that lack of one is the financial pressure, and two, the lack of a cohesive, culturally sensitive support system.
So would you say couples, are they being happy publicly and suffering privately?
I would say that a lot of couples break up a lot. I mean, a lot of women just
You see them on publicly on social media everywhere.
They go
look
mad.
like perfect
they
couple.
go man cry. They go man cry. But again, it's not limited to the Nigerians. It's a generalized issue.
Generalized issue.
Because when they are really old, they don't have time for each other. And so when they are outside, that's when they are catching the fun. And remember, when you are in a party, you're dancing, you're all of that.
Yeah.
It's a temporary respite from
Yeah.
everything. You leave everything at home. Of course, you don't want to come out and show up in somebody's Instagram post with your long face. Or I don't know, wondering what is
Sad stories and everything. You become famous all of a sudden. Your blogs and everything
Exactly.
are going to carry you.
Exactly.
So do you think couples of two different cultures, do you think they can build stable marriage, especially in this modern age?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. There's a lot of cultural awareness. You know that right now, Nigerian men are the hottest man on the job market.
There's always a combination of Nigerian combination everywhere. Nigerian this, Nigerian that.
I'm getting
Nigerian
married and you're going to
wedding to my wedding.
No, seriously. So a lot of I actually know some white ladies. I've known Ghanaians, I've known South Africans. I know Chinese people who have been married to
Nigerian,
Nigerians.
true.
And
So
they're taking
that's
time to learn the culture. They actually cook better than their own women do. And they learn. A lot of the YouTube has done a lot, or it's been a huge resource. A lot of them are learning now. Now, if you understand, right now there is a kind of renaissance of Nigerian language.
Yeah.
Yoruba especially.
Especially true.
And a lot of these people, it is amazing. They really they recognize that to marry a Nigerian, right, you're marrying into a culture.
Cultural.
You're marrying into a family.
True.
Right, and so a lot of people, and then the same thing, if you're marrying somebody who is not Nigerian, it is your responsibility to educate them.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to learn from both others, because again, the biggest fight or the biggest struggle is that cultural differences, right? But yeah, definitely, marriage on its own is difficult enough now.
Yeah, true.
When I was growing up,
True.
a good person cannot marry Ibadan.
For real.
Ibadan will not marry Lagos. All of this.
True.
This one that we're marrying Shagamu and Abeokuta and going to you bring out an Igbo man in the past. What? You bring in an Igbo man. But now, who want them?
Yeah.
Not to marry Igbo men.
True.
You get my point? So again, marriage on its own, it's a lot of work, right? And so I don't think, culture. I don't think culture. People coming from either racial background or all of this, those things is enough to destroy marriage. But again, they are going to have cultural issues, and this is where men who are married to people not from their culture need to be strong and show strong leadership qualities, because that's what a woman needs to navigate that kind of marital familial relationship. Is to know that you have my back. Yeah,
true. I got you.
If you don't have their back at any point, that marriage is done. Right? So in that case, it's the man's fault, not the
man's fault. In this modern age, do you think many marriages are going to survive if social media disappears tomorrow? Let's say there's no tomorrow, we just go back to our archaic way of communicating, the telephone, social media just disappeared, do you think many marriages are going to, there'll be higher risk and higher rate of successful marriages than we have currently?
You also have, okay, there are two ways to answer that question. Number one, the penetration of the usage of social media is not as widely spread as we think it is. Right? However, among the Gen Z, if they can do away with their phone, they would have a good relationship. And I'm saying that because a lot of these people today are meeting each other online. The relationships are starting online. They don't really know each other before making this commitment.
Sure.
So in a way, I would say yes. Right? Yes, if people will stop looking at the fake life, they are looking at online.
Right. Wow. So why do many people chase wedding ceremonies than proper understanding of marriage itself?
It's lack of priority. Yeah. I pastored for several years, and I've done a lot of marriages, and I've always said to people during premarital,
because they want big weddings, they want the big venue, they want, like we said, you read it to my wedding,
It's lack of priority. Because you're spending, somebody's telling me I'm spending $250 million naira on my wedding. What for? That will buy you a nice house.
Absolutely.
Your wedding, the longest wedding you are going to get. The traditional wedding, which is the core foundation of every wedding, is less than 1 hour.
Yeah, sure.
But the actual wedding itself is a life.
And I feel like people are going to come to your wedding, they will just celebrate with you. But when the real trouble comes, no one is going to be there.
A friend of mine went to do an occasion back home and brought a lot of wine and all of that imported, and he thought he was the man. And then the next day they went to a party and everybody forgot what he ate in his own party yesterday. It's so pained me, like, I thought you guys were talking about me for 1 month.
Yeah, you want to train.
Because somebody else is always going to be better than that. Right, but again, it's lack of, the couples did not set their priorities right.
So should couples split finances or put everything together?
It's a very touchy topic. It's very touchy. Splitting finances is okay, but don't do it 50-50. Once you do 50-50 with your spouse, you lose a measure of your authority in your home.
As a man, right?
As a man. Right. So combining finances is good, but then there has to be transparency. You cannot combine your finances and want to sneak money to somebody behind each other. Yeah, right. But one of the complaints from women about combining finances is, I want to be able to have money. I don't want to ask you when I want to buy feminine products. Right. So again, that's why people will split the finances. But again, you also have to understand that there's something people don't talk about. Again, you asked that question earlier. Should people talk about finances before they get married? Yeah. There's something you call the psychology of money. Now, how I see money and how you see money are two different ways. Right? So, for example, if I need money from you, I say, hey, Danny, can I get $200? I don't owe you an expense. If you say yes, you give me an account, walking out of the car. But you can ask me for the same thing and say, what do you want to do with it? Right? And it's not because I don't trust you. It's the way I was raised. Again, if I come from a house where money was not always flowing, right, and here we are, and you find that I have an obsession with money. I want to save, I want to be thrifty. Right? And if me, I'm always spending my money, combining our finances becomes almost like I'm losing my independence. So it's something that people should navigate. And one of the ways you know a couple is actually matured is if they can talk about their finances without one of them falling into depression or anxiety. A lot of women
that's very psychological.
A lot of women can't stand it when you say you are broke. They develop anxiety. They can't stay. Yeah, they can't stay. And then some men also, when they are broke, I know that when I'm broke, I'm not a good person for you.
Same here. When I'm broke, I'm
Robust without money is annoyance.
What kind of romance is that when you have money?
So, but when there's money,
so
if you want to maintain your independence, you can come up with a splitting formula. And if you're both willing to be open and transparent, you can combine. But again, I don't think there's no other fast route to it. There's no other fast route.
So, can relationships survive without physical intimacy?
Of course.
Of course.
Physical intimacy just means touch, hug, pat on the back, kiss on the forehead. Let me ask you a question. Your father ever kissed your mother in your presence?
I have, honestly.
And they survived. No,
But they did it behind us, you know.
No. They didn't do it behind. No.
Well,
in some
we
cultures,
can't compare.
No. There are so many
days.
things. Listen. Marriages today are worse than they used to be 50 years ago. Right? But I can tell you categorically that marriages will survive without physical touch. Are you meeting the person's emotional needs in other ways? Are you meeting their financial needs? Are you meeting their needs for...
How long can that survive for?
Our parents survived. You're not talking about sex, so you're talking about touch. There are two different things, though.
Okay. If we now include that in it.
This is also where a lot of people make mistakes. Okay. Some people are asexual, which means they have zero need for sex.
Yeah.
Zero need for sex.
That's true.
If your sex drive is high, you're in trouble. Right?
Like they're opposite of each other completely.
Opposite. You only get sex once a year on your birthday or Christmas Day. Or when she wants to have a child. And when she gets pregnant, she closes her eyes.
Oh my
There's nothing
God.
there.
Some of them
are even so good that you're not getting it from me, and you're not permitted to get it from somewhere else.
Oh my God.
So you are in a loveless, sexless.
Suffer inside.
And for men, when they are religious, especially Catholic men, when they are that religious, they will stay. They're frustrated, but they will stay. People who are religious stay in very sexless, loveless, sexless relationships. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to know what people do.
I don't want to know.
I've worked with clients who have not had sex for the last 20 years.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're teaching them to have sex all over again. We're teaching them to sex all over again. 20 years.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've seen where the men said, well, I came to you, I initiated, I'm tired of initiating, and I'm not doing it again. But I'm not leaving you, I'm not divorcing you.
But I'm
not cheating.
I don't want to
I'm not cheating now. They won't. So they both sentence each other. Yeah.
So do you think sexual compatibility should be discussed before marriage?
I definitely think so. I always tell my clients, tell the person you have sex every day.
Yeah, because if you have access right.
Especially if you start having sex before you got married, you cannot give me sex every day before you got married, and now you are in the marriage and you are closing your leg.
Yes.
And you have already lost that too.
For you.
No. But again,
but in an African
hold on. There's a caveat to that. There's a caveat to that. If you dated a girl, I think there are certain exceptions. Let's be realistic. There are certain exceptions. But again, let's go traditionally on that. There are certain exceptions. If you marry a virgin, if you are both virgins, I think that's better for you because you are both going to build your sexual capacity together. But if one of you is a virgin by the time you're getting married, the other person has not explored their own sexual
strength,
energy or strength.
Capability.
Now, I shouldn't use sexual energy because that means entirely something different. They've not experienced they don't have sexual experience.
Yes.
So they don't know. And this is one thing that a lot of people have to know. If you are marrying a guy who's had multiple sexual partners, that could be a problem. It could be a plus and it could be a minus.
Because you don't know.
If you're marrying a girl who has had multiple sexual partners, that could also be a problem as well. Right? Some women will adjust to you. Some men will adjust to you. So in itself, sex is not the beginning and the end of a relationship, but it's a very vital part of it because most men and women, they find their individuality, their identity through their own sexual ability, which is why a lot of men and women are afraid of growing old.
Can people truly forgive betrayal when it comes to someone like this scenario you just shared that he doesn't have sex with his partner and maybe you now felt like, okay, let me find someone outside, and the wife finds it as a betrayal? Can betrayal actually be forgiven from both men and women perspective?
Absolutely,
it can be forgiven.
Most marriages that I know do not break up because your husband is screwing somebody else. Do you know how many men have seen their wives and their wives do not even know that their husband have seen them? Some of them even know.
Oh wow.
Of course. You know how many men marry somebody that they already know this guy, he was sleeping with somebody who was supposed to be the ex, and they still choose to marry. You see,
Is this a cultural
hold on. It's not cultural.
Individual?
I don't know. But the reality is this. If somebody is, again, I'm not using the word cheating, right? If somebody is meeting their needs outside and they keep coming back home to you, it's because whoever they are with outside is not meeting a core need for them. If you're meeting my core needs, why am I going back home to my wife? If I'm meeting your core needs, why am I going back to my husband? You know my point? So if a woman leaves the husband, it's not because the sex outside is good. Although, but the problem with men is because they are emotional about sex, they make irrational decisions. But when they are rich or they are from rich home, they don't make those kind of decisions because they know the fallout and they're willing to stay. But men don't do that, right? So I've worked with men who have diaries of what their wives have done. But the funny thing that was always, for me, I find interesting is this: women forgive men faster. I would say within 6 months, a woman has gotten over it. But 2 years later, the man is still.
Oh my God!
Because again,
do you think men actually forgive those kind of things? Oh yeah, true.
For men, it's ego. You bruise my ego, especially if they're not getting good sex at home, and then you'll get it outside. It's ego. Now, I think it's more of a North American issue. Because within the African culture, a lot of men don't feel it as much as, again, because back home, where you have a community, here, the community is less. So yes, people forgive infidelity, people forgive betrayals. Again, when they have a shared purpose, a shared understanding of why they are together.
You're married.
Yeah, this thing.
So in typical ways, practical ways actually, what does a healthy marriage look like behind closed doors?
A healthy marriage is actually a very dysfunctional relationship where the two people have come to learn to accept each other for who they are. They're not trying to change each other.
That's a simple definition.
Yeah. A healthy marriage is a very dysfunctional relationship. Right? I know. Let me put it this way. You are an asshole, but you are my asshole.
And that's the worst a person can be.
You are an idiot, but you are my idiot. You are a bastard, but I own this bastard. Because in marriage, there's a sense of ownership. And as long as that sense of ownership is there, you're mine. Your goofiness, your brilliance, your everything, you're mine. We'll fight, we'll make up.
Some women always question that ownership that I just mentioned. Say, you do not owe me. Why you always following? Why you always...
If you're married, you're still
tracking everything.
If you're married, make sure they take that bride price from your hand. Because when they don't take the bride price from your hand, you're not really married. That's why a lot of them don't understand the ownership. But let's face it, they're not selling you the girl or the woman. Right? You're just giving something in appreciation. It's the same way you give a ring. You're giving something in appreciation. That, you know what, you've raised this beautiful person. And I'm here. I'm not just going to take her away. Right? And that is what the ownership is. That's where the transaction is. So, and it's not just, she belongs to me. It will belong to each other. So the sense of ownership comes in. Because if there's no sense of ownership, what is your wife's business with what you are saying outside?
Sure.
A woman is going to fight because it is mine. You belong to me. You fight for what you own. You don't fight for what you don't own.
Fight for what you own. You don't fight
for if it's never yours, what do you want to fight?
Why do you want to fight for it? Why do you want to advocate for it? Now, this brings me to the traditional view of people. Can religion alone keep a marriage together?
Religion destroys marriages faster than anything I know.
Oh.
Religion destroys marriages faster than anything I know.
Can you shed more light?
Do you know that there are some certain religious... Okay, now the first thing you have to understand is that religion is about rules and roles, tasks and roles. Religion is about a lot of doctrines that makes no sense. Right? So, in certain religion, for example, you cannot have sex with your wife the week of her menstruation or a week after the menses. in certain religion, for example, there are certain stipulations that are made. I mean, even in Toronto here,
Yeah.
there is a Christian organization in Toronto, for example, where if you're dating, the church has to sanction your dating, and you can never be alone in the same room without somebody chaperoning you. It doesn't matter your age.
Oh,
In Nigeria, I'm going to marry her now, and I have to go to a pastor to take permission to marry her.
yeah.
Why do I need permission to marry her? I'm not a father.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. And I think I also made that mistake when I pastored as well, because sometimes you realize that a lot of people seems to give more preference to spiritual authority than biological authority.
Yeah, for real.
Which is wrong.
It's
Your
crazy world.
pastor's blessing cannot override your father's blessing.
Blessing.
Your pastor can curse you, but your father's curse is going to work faster.
fact.
You get my point? So when people
Okay.
when
You say that again. Where that again, sir?
your father's course will work faster than your pastor's course. Now, let me tell you something. And I've seen this in so many relationships that I've been privileged to work with, both as a pastor and as a therapist. When your father says don't marry that guy, and you do marry the guy, I don't care what your pastor says, you're in trouble. Those are the kind of relationship where there's a lot of abuses. Yeah. You see, whether in traditional relationship, whether in Islamic or in Christian marriages, there's that handing over of the bride to be. And when your father has not been the one to do that, you've created a problem. You see, we've already created a problem. So a religion does more harm. Look, let's face it. The poorest countries in the world.
Oh my God.
The poorest countries in the world. They are most religion. Would they have one state religion?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? If religion has destroyed all, and one of the richest countries in the world, it's also a religious country.
For real.
For real.
That's true.
But how many of those countries that are poor are compared to those that are rich? So you can imagine the relationships in those places.
That's a very deep fact.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of hypocrisy in most religions. Oh, because you are a member, you are not allowed to do this. But what are your leaders doing?
Yeah.
They are worse than what you are doing. They abuse. And they've destroyed homes. They've destroyed societies. Yeah, so that's why sometimes people say I will go to church premarital counseling and all of that, and just shake my head like, yeah. So that's what you mean.
that's why you're here. So do you think couples should stay together in an unhappy marriage just for the sake of the children? I know. Please don't give me a safe answer.
No, I won't give you a safe answer. I would rather couples separate when the children are younger than when they are older. Because when the children are younger and the parents separate, the children grow, they accept a reality. They know who is there, they know who is not there. Their identity is formed along that pattern. But when they are older and the parents break up, right, they've gone through so much damage already. Now, number one, children don't learn by what you tell them. They learn by two ways. They learn by reading your emotion, and they learn by watching what you do. So if today you're both fighting, even when you're not talking in their presence, you're already messing them up emotionally. You're already learning that the world is not safe. So they're protecting themselves. And so those are the kind of children that go seeking validation
from people
where they should not. Now, again, if the two people are going to stay together because of their children, they have to have that conversation and say, listen, we're going to co-parent and we're going to be friends.
And that's very hard.
Yeah.
In this modern age.
It is. A lot of couples are doing that. I negotiate that with a lot of couples. We will not stay
They're
together for
co-parenting and they're still friends.
But we're going to be friends. We're going to date, but we're not bringing our partners home.
No.
Yeah, so you have to have that conversation. If not, what are you doing? Again, remember, commitment. Responsibility.
Yeah.
And you're not now having commitment and responsibility to just yourselves. You brought in children.
Yeah, innocent kids.
Who are innocent. And they're watching you. That's why a lot of young people, once they are, especially in front of the world, at a particular age they're living, they're going to find themselves because they experience this, and they will tell you, I grew up in a dysfunctional life. I grew up in a toxic one. One thing you have to understand is the day you give birth to a child in a home, you enroll that child in the school of relationship and marriage. You deal with conflict.
The child is typically using you to learn.
You deal with conflict the way your parents deal with conflict.
That's true.
I had a client say to me today when I explained the 4 pillars of relationship, he looked at me, shook his head, and I said what he said. I never saw that in my own growing up. I said, why? He said, my father never came. I said, because your father was running from home. It's a dysfunctional environment. He refused.
And as a child, you think it's normal.
And that's what he's doing in this relationship. Yeah.
So now in the immigrant world that we are, what should most immigrant couples protect at all costs to survive? Because many people break up when they come to this part of the world.
I think that's a very ambiguous question. What should people protect? And again, what do you value the most? Let me tell you, I know somebody whose marriage got wrecked because they want to protect their credit history.
Because of credit history? Wow.
And I know people who have survived multiple sexual encounters and they're doing very well.
They're still together. So
again, what is important to you? Remember,
what are the priorities?
Ownership.
Oh, true.
If there's no ownership in the relationship, what are you putting?
Well, as immigrants, there's a lot of challenges where moving from one country to a new country, starting from zero. You'll be affected by the finances, the frustration of trying to get a job, trying to find the balance for the kids and everything. So sometimes it just affects these people deeply, and they just break apart and they find
communication. You talk about it. You see, two cannot work together except they have an understanding. You can't go into business with somebody that you don't trust or somebody that you're not friendly with. And I always say to couples, please don't be each other's best friend. It's bad. It's bad for your relationship. Be close friends. Be very friendly with each other, but don't be each other's best friend. Your best friend does not know a lot about you.
Oh yeah,
but your close friends do. The people you are friendly with, they know. And sometimes you are only your best friend because it's so interesting. You are my best friend, but you are my best friend, but I know who your best friend is, and now come we are best friends. Isn't that?
Yeah.
So again, it's a lot. I think when couples learn to communicate, and they're not expecting the other person to be the mind reader, and they're not shy, because men will come here to realize that they don't have that economic advantage over women.
Yeah.
And they need to accept that. They need to accept that, they have left the safety. It took me to be in this country 15 years to realize that I grew up in a sheltered environment. So again, and then I'm really seeing that shelter is taken away.
But do you think it's a system that is affecting immigrant couples?
The system is we're not prepared for it. And then again, a lot of vindictiveness can come with people. I know of a particular case where she had an accident as a child, and when she came here, before they came here, they fought a lot and a lot of things. She was they were both from two different economic strata. And when she came here, they settled, and then she provoked him, but literally provoked him. Again, he fell into the old pattern of dealing things with, anger and all of that. Yeah. And then she had the evidence and she just went to the police.
Yeah, you messed up.
And then she took picture that, when we were back home, this is how it was one day.
You're gone. You're gone.
It's not something that happened here. Relationships don't break up here. A relationship already break up before you came. People just use this place because
to validate it.
Because when it's happening back home, I can report to uncle, I can run to Ibadan, I can run to Gumosha, I can run to Abuja. You think, book a flight today, you are in Lagos tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, so people just use, I think people blame a lot on immigration, that's the truth. People blame a lot on immigration. And in a way also, being in a foreign country actually also helps reveal your true identity.
Your true identity, your true self.
Mike Tyson says money does not change you, it only amplifies you. So the same thing, being in any foreign country does not change you.
There's always a way you can always balance it.
It only brings out the true person.
So for those that are listening right now, they're kind of maybe emotionally exhausted in their relationships or marriage, what would you tell them?
Go back to the drawing board. No. One of the things that I always do with my clients when I see the exhaustion is, when did you start feeling this exhaustion?
When did you start feeling this?
If you can go back to that place, then let's go back to before then. What was the relationship like?
Right.
Think about when was the last time you were happy. Think about the things you both did together before marriage, after marriage. And then can you try and reclaim that? Right? Again, I'm always going to ask, where did you meet? How did you meet? And you see people start laughing. And they're surprised because we've not talked about this for so long. And so they reconnect. So always find ways of reconnecting. Especially if you're both staying, you know this is dysfunctional, but you're both staying. Talk.
Communicate.
Don't expect him to know what you want. Don't expect him to know what you feel. Don't expect her to know what you want or what you need. Talk. Don't keep it to yourself.
Well, you heard from the professional, from the experienced professional. Talk. Communicate. No man is at an island of knowledge and there's no magic to it. It takes two to tango. So I know it might be tough right now, but communicate with your partner. Are they willing to listen to you? Are they willing to change, to adjust to the betterment of your relationship or your marriage? I hope this episode has added one or two knowledge to your relationship lifestyle. I hope you can come back to this episode someday and say, oh, the professional who came on this episode actually affected your marriage or your relationship for good. So thank you for staying with us on this episode. We'll see you on the next one, and I hope you stay healthy and stay fine. Peace.